Speedy trophy, we live that style. From rookies rising to the kings on top. We grind, we crash, but we never stop. Chop shops where legends are made. Under neon lights, we hit replay. Every lap's another chance to fight. Every wreck's just fuel for the fire inside. Welcome to the chop shop. Metal and pride, we're burning down the track, can't kill our drive. Fridays flame, Saturdays fly. Coming Xfinity, we ride or die. We're breaking limits, hearts and lives. It's all or nothing in the chop shop. Cloud lights flicker on the virtual stands. Wheels shaking, calloused hands. Friday nights, the cup boys brawl. Rubbing paint, we risk it all. Saturday hits, Xfinity reigns. The next gen's coming to stake their claim. We've seen them grow, we've seen them fall. But every scar's a story told in asphalt. You can't fake grit, you can't buy fame. Only earn it by driving through the flames. Welcome to the chop shop. Metal and pride, we're burning down the track, can't kill our drive. Fridays flame, Saturdays fly. Cup in Xfinity, we ride or die. We're breaking limits, hearts and lives. It's all or nothing in the chop shop. When the chop shop. Crank it up, let the tires scream. This ain't a game, it's a driver's dream. From dirt to Daytona, from wrecks to redemption, we're gun steel, built from tension. Chop shop, chop shop. We live, we race, we never stop. Welcome to the chop shop, where fire meets chrome. We build our name in the danger zone. Truck Cup and Xfinity nights. We race for glory, we race for life. We're breaking limits, hearts and locks. It's all or nothing in the chop shop. In the chop shop. Tuesday, Friday, Saturday, we chop it up, we race, we slay. Chop shot, chop it up, never stop. Engine scream under pixel skies. Rubber burns where the brave survive. Tuesday night, the trucks get wild. Speedy trophy, we live that style. From rookies rising to the kings on top. We grind, we crash, but we never stop. Chop shops where legends are made. Under neon lights, we hit replay. Every lap's another chance to fight. Every wreck's just fuel for the fire inside. Welcome to the chop shop. Metal and pride, we're burning down the track, can't kill our drive. Fridays flame, Saturdays fly. Cup and Xfinity. so skies. Rubber burns where the brave survive. Tuesday night, the trucks get wild. Speedy trophy, we live that style. From rookies rising to the kings on top. We grind, we crash, but we never stop. Chop shops where legends are made. Under neon lights, we hit replay. Every lap's another chance to fight. Every wreck's just fuel for the fire inside. Welcome to the chop shop. Metal and pride, we're burning down the track, can't kill our drive. Friday's flame, Saturday's fly. Cup and Xfinity, we ride or die. We're breaking limits, hearts and lives. It's all or nothing in the chop shop. Crowd lights flicker on the virtual stands. Wheels shaking, calloused hands. Friday nights, the cup boys brawl. Rubbing paint, we risk it all. Saturday hits, Xfinity reigns. The next gen's coming to stake their claim. We've seen them grow, we've seen them fall. But every scar's a story told in asphalt. You can't fake grit, you can't buy fame. Only earn it by driving through the flames. Welcome to the chop shop. Metal and pride, we're burning down the track, can't kill our drive. Friday's flame, Saturday's fly. Cup and Xfinity, we ride or die. We're breaking limits, hearts and lives. It's all or nothing in the chop shop. When the chop shop. Crank it up, let the tires scream. This ain't a game, it's a driver's dream. From dirt to Daytona, from wrecks to redemption, we're cutting steel, built from tension. Chop shop, chop shop. We live, we race, we never stop. Welcome to the chop shop, where fire meets chrome. We build our name in the danger zone. Truck, cup, and Xfinity nights. We race for glory, we race for life. We're breaking limits, hearts and locks. It's all or nothing in the chop shop. In the chop shop. Tuesday, Friday, Saturday, we chop it up, we race, we slay. Chop shot, chop it up, never stop.
Good afternoon, good evening, good morning to everybody out there. Jason here, Signature Esports, and a pleasure to have you live at a charge. A little countdown to green tonight as we get rolling here at one of the famed tracks. I know it's not a crown jewel, but I like to think of it as a crown jewel. This place is like a road course and a super speedway. Had a baby. Pocono punishes mistakes and rewards rhythm and strategy tonight. The tricky triangle with three very different turns ready to rock and roll. How about three different rhythm zones as well? Turn one is fast and bumpy on entry. The tunnel turn is all about commitment. How do you get into it smooth and fast? Turn three, long flat. Exit speed is going to be huge. That is going to be the main focus outside of long green flag runs. Tire wear over the stint that they're going to have. Track position versus pit strategy is going to happen in that second stint when we get through the stages. Restarts are going to be wild. Long straightaways in the draft equals big runs, and 3 and 4 wide at a turn at one. It could be absolutely blast. We're going to see, because it's going to be amazing. Appreciate everybody being out there. Max, thank you for the likes. Bottlinger, thank you for the like. Coulter Jr., thank you for the right. Mr. Van Ness, thank you for the like as well. Thank you to everybody for being out there. I appreciate you very much. I like seeing everybody out there. Facebook, Twitch, and YouTube. We're live on all three platforms as the drivers finish up qualifying. We're going to talk about what we're doing, and we'll get back into the mix. Here it is. Tonight, week 16, the Chopp'N Podcast Cup Series here for Chopp'N Racing. It is going to be the 2.5 mile length racing surface, 90 laps as it gets busy. Stage lap completion, lap 30. No fast repair, 4 sets of tires, total 100% fuel, so the driver's going to be able to make it on the stint. And that is going to be massive. 71 degrees on the air temperature, 77% humidity, partly cloudy sky, and an 8-mile-an-hour wind should shake up the car. 96 degrees on the track temperature. The car, I'm hearing, feels tight and does not want to turn into the corner, which means you're going to have to move your brakes. Move those brakes. Those brakes are going to be huge, as it would be. How about we look at it? Stay tuned. Sports pole sitter is going to be Mr. Brandon Banks. Brandon Banks knocking it down tonight. Caffrey's going to be your outside pole sitter. Joe Hudson's going to be there, row number 2, with David Steiner, row number 3. I'm sorry, and row number 2 is outside net 63. Striker's going to have Chris Justice there, row number 3. Tony Sanders, Michael Madden, row number 4. Anthony Crownover, Brian Fine, row number 5. Ray Byrne is going to be out there with Clint Hackett in row number 6. Row 7 will be Derek Wegman and Ryan Wendt. Jeff Laraway, Pat Green there in row 8. Row 9 will be Robert Church and Brock Duty. Cam Dario is going to be out there with Jerry Culver in row 10. Parsons, Philip Caffrey, Craig Bridge Jr., Nathan Bigart at the tail end of the field here tonight, along with Mark the Man Retchen. It is the race line to present. Make sure you check out Stay Tuned Sports. There are links in the description for everybody if you want to get out there and give some love, give some support. I encourage you to do so. The fact that Jimbo and the crew over there are hooking back up and making podcasting great again is absolutely huge. I'm a fan. Make sure you check them out, especially because football is doing its thing. Thank you everybody for being out there. I encourage you to reach up and hit that like button for me. It goes a long way to support what we do. If you subscribe to our YouTube channel, make sure you hit the notification bell. Let you know that we are live when we go live or when we upload a video or a game review or anything like that. Especially when it comes to these simulators. These simulators have a tendency to be a lot of fun. Pace car is going to lead them around. We got a lot to look on when it comes to this race. And one of those things is going to be the point standings for tonight's race, and that will look as such. Currently, Striker has 2 wins, 8 top 5s, 13 top 10s in the 15 starts that they've had. Has an average driver rating of 110. That's pretty awesome. Ultra consistent. He's the points leader. And he's rarely off his game. If it is usually self-inflicted. And it's usually the wall. But outside of that, he's a phenomenal driver and currently has a 58-point lead over the 01 of Nathan Bigart. 8 wins, 7 stage wins, 9 podiums, 10 top 10s, a 120 average rating, best of the field. He is a closer, and they call him, basically, we're going to start calling him the Hammer, because Bigart is the series sledgehammer. Most wins, brutal speed. Strickland has the lead, but if the 01 keeps stacking up checkered flags, that gap can vanish fast. It's going to be Striker's consistency versus Nathan's raw winning power. That's the headline in this championship as we roll into the tricky triangle tonight, as we see these drivers pushing. Podiums are available for all drivers. Chris Justice has 2 stage wins and 2 podiums, 10 top 10s, always around the front. But he is missing that signature win. He's kind of due. You know what I mean? He's due. We do have driver cams, but before we get to them, let's get ready to do the thing as we get ready to go green flag racing here on the iRacing, your platform for sim racing. Drivers are ready. I am ready. You're ready. Let's pitter patter and get at her. We're going to do it for 90 laps. We're green here for Chop Chop. Quick caution here early. We'll see who had some things coming. Jonathan Parsons, Brock Duty. So again, 3-4 wide in turn 1. Oh, Parsons gets to the back of Duty into the 13. Jonathan Parsons did not break there. Brock Duty had a broken right front at the end of it. There's a look one more time. Gets shunted. Oh, and the 61 finished him off. Good Lord. Lap 1. 61 was trying to turn into the corner, and Brock Duty, of course, that is just something you can't see. We'll go back to the time of the cautions, kind of see what happened with Philip Caffrey there. He's going to have some massive nose damage in the early going of this one. Oh, yeah, Brock was still going. Derek Wegman having that issue as well. Culver on pit road. So a lot of drivers coming to pit road. He's going to meet up with the pace car. Brandon Banks, your race leader. Black flag for Derek Wegman as he comes to pit road. You're going to meet up with the pace car. Quick on the final thing. Oh, man. All right, well, perfect time to talk about driver cams. We got Clint Hackett. He is ready to rock and roll. Good to see him out there running, as always, the 28. Meeting up with the pace car with all the rest of the drivers. You get a good look about him. He's solid. There's Brian Fine, the man, the myth, the legend, back into the mix. Good to see him out there. That 5.7 looking nice and smooth so far. And last but not least, Chris Justice. He is looking well. He's run a little VR under caution. He's out there streaming to his fam. Make sure you check out Malenko Gaming out there as well. Good boogly woogly. All right, under caution here as we'll see what drivers do. I think they'll be fine to make it on fuel. It was a quick caution to start lap 1. Good Lord. Let's go for the Legend birthday for the clip. Ed, good luck to the boys. I hope you're doing well out there, Mr. Perry. How are you doing, sir? Good to see everybody out there. I appreciate you. Something I gotta always talk about is always our goal. Is the Megathon goal. It is changed. It's the F Cancer Retirement Marathon Day 120. 206 multiplier right now. So all those bits, those subs on Twitch, donations, of course, will help our cancel battle, and of course, and always keep us live. I've set a precedence. We're back at 3,500 and a half hours. That's the end date. Of course, we're going to make sure that we do all of our broadcasts. But, if the timer gets to 0, I won't take on any more leagues. I won't do any more. I won't do any more. If it gets to 0, Signature Esports is going to commit to retirement. I even told Jess. So it's a real thing. No, it's a real thing. Yep. I've been doing this for 5 years. It'll be 6 years in May. You can't do it forever. And, what better way to do it than beating cancer and calling it, calling it done. It's okay. But that is only if the community lets me. That is only if everybody lets me. That's it. How it is. Too easy. So now you have the update, and that is how it's going to go. That is how it's going to be. I do have a basal cell carcinoma and an orbital meningioma. Both are interconnected through my sinus cavity. I am supposed to be scheduled for January 6th. I have an MRI next week to see the progress on the major of the two tumors shrinking, and the cells are hopefully shrinking because I'm kind of tired of going through chemo. And we'll have a prognosis and update, and we'll see how that'll fare out. That is where I'm at. I've had a great thing with all the drivers. I've had a great time doing all of this, and I don't want to see it end. So let's have the community keep us going. That's the way I look at it. We can keep us going with a little love from the community. Long pace laps means that a lot of drivers are going to be able to get a lot of things fixed. Jerry Culver will be a lap down. He'll be your eligible lucky dog. Derek Wegman is coming around here. He's going to be just behind Jerry Culver. He does have that black flag, so we'll see if that's going to be cleared for entering pit roads too soon. Oh, yeah. We're going. We're green again in 3, 2, 1. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Larry, yeah, you're never going to let that timer in. That's the goal, folks. That's the purpose. That's the purpose. All right, let's go. We're going. We're green. Back to the wall cams. Yeah, yeah. That was Stryker back there. Stryker got yeeted. Oh, that started beforehand. This is out of turn 1. Again, turn 2 is, or out of turn 1, onto the straightaway before turn 2. There's 88 there. The driver's back into the throttle. Little dirty air. 88 checks up. Gives a bump to the 49. And the 77 trying to side draft the 88. Left rear hooks him, puts a little left front damage on him. And man, what would you do? Everybody will be racing. Brent Banks, Joe Hudson, I think Brent Banks still your race leader. Joe Hudson was in second during that. Wegman back to pit road. Stryker coming in. Wegman still has the black flag. They've met up with a pace car. They're going to be doing things. iRacing would still continue to go on, folks, but it is a thing. It's a thing. It is a thing. It is a thing. It's okay. It's okay to have an end to things. It really is. But while we're here, we'll continue to make this the best place for iRacing, the best place for gaming and enjoying each other's company. I mean, you got to think about it. Right now, we have a 206 times multiplier, right? And Budgie sent 500 bits earlier and added like 30 hours. So, you know, if we continue to have fun and enjoy ourselves, that timer will stay live. It'll stay. So don't worry about it unless it gets really low. If it gets really low, then that'll be the way it is. It's kind of how it goes. You know what I mean? It's kind of how it goes. The 3,545 hours divided by 24. That's 147 days. It'll be fine. All right. Jerry's back on pit road. He's got a black flag himself. Jerry coming around. Well, Jerry is just speeding on pit road. We'll be good. We'll be fine. We'll be fine. Anyway, we'll go back. We're going back to business as usual. This is fine. This is fine. All right. Anywho. You know what we'd have to do? I'd turn the platform over to somebody I trusted. To continue it on. You know what I mean? iRacing deserves good things. It really does. It deserves commitment from everybody. I've been committed about as good as anybody else could be. And I've enjoyed it. I really have. So. That'll be how it goes. Mr. Van Ness, let's go Stryker. He's doing things. He's doing things. I'd love to see it. Thank you, Larry. Thank you, everybody, for all the support you've given me. We have raised quite a bit of money to help with my medical bills, and I'm eternally grateful to everybody. You know, it gets you thinking. It really does. When you get news like that, it gets you thinking. But if you're out there, make sure you check out the links in the description. If you're on Facebook and YouTube, check out the new way that we're doing things. Larry, if you're out there on YouTube, make sure that you check out the new layout. That new layout's pretty stinking cool. I like it. I think it's awesome. And it's pretty fantastic. If you're on Facebook, you can look at the description of the video, and you'll be able to see the same thing. I did the same thing. Everything can be the same in two places. So check it out. Make sure you check out Chopp'N It Up podcast. Make sure you check out Chop Racing. Get a part of the Chopp'N It Up series as well. Jerry Culver coming in. Going back around. Stryker on the lead lap still, I do believe. Rayburn and Retchen leaving pit road. So Derek Wegman's coming around. Stryker's coming around. He's still going to be. They're going to have to get back up there and catch back. They're about half a racetrack away. Stryker is still completing the lap to get back out there. Jerry Culver does have a black flag. He is a lap down. Brock Duty is going to be 2 laps down. Jonathan Parsons 3 laps down currently. There it is. There it is. All right, perfect. Thank you, everybody. You're all amazing. All right, 8:14:63 and the 16. Also, if you are thinking about joining my Discord is a place for everybody to hang out and talk about racing, talk about gaming, and chill. And it's not to solicit stuff from everybody. Larry, thank you for the likes, sir. I appreciate you, brother. You're amazing. All right, 8:14. We're ready to go. Let's do the thing. Green, green, green. I had somebody message Bollinger the other day. I had to kick him from the Discord. Good restart. 22 to go into the stage. 9 of 90. We've spent all of the race under caution so far. But they'll be able to get it worked out. Let's go. Bigard started in the back, trying to work his way forward. Right now, we're going to be 3 wide, back to 2. Philip Caffrey on the inside. Seeing the 01 right there to the back bumper. Ooh, gets tight. Has to break on the zone there. Good Lord. Brad, thank you for the like. Chris Justice out front, 55-88. Brandon Banks in second. Mata's going to be in third. What's the Mata? Nothing. There's Mike Mata on the bottom. There to the inside. 27 of Anthony Cronover up 5 early. Stryker. I talked about Stryker earlier, and I was like, hey, you know, sometimes the wall takes him out. You didn't want to see him have any kind of issue right there. He still has some left front damage. Let's hope he was able to get the majority of that fixed. We'll see if that'll fare out for him. Chris Justice, Brandon Banks. 10 of 90 as we go. Thank you for all the likes again. Make sure you're hitting that like button out there on YouTube. It doesn't show me until after anymore what the likes were, but you guys have been killing it lately, and I appreciate that. Facebook, you are always killing it, and I thank you very much to everybody who watches wherever they feel comfortable, whether it's Twitch, whether it's YouTube, whether it's Facebook. Every bit of it's insane. So keep killing it, folks. Chris Justice on the move. Let's go on board. Something's wrong with his heart. Penguin's your race controller tonight. He's doing a phenomenal job. Hey, Chris Justice's heart is at 0. I hope he's okay. I hope he's okay. Get on board with Brian Fine here. Right behind the 63 in the dominate. David Steiner. 3 Australians in tonight's race. And the rest from right here in the United States. Well, this is our lovely Canadian. Where is he at? See the downshift before it happened on the simulator. That's normal. There's a little bit of lag between me and the drivers, but it's like microseconds. But we check on Clint Hackett. He's rolling right behind the 01. 01 trying to work his way forward. Stage point's going to be huge. Strickland 8 3/4 back's going to miss out on some stage points. If he can't get caught up here, hopefully he's going to be able to be fine. We'll check on him. Good luck for the man, Mr. Clint Hackett, as everybody downshifts into the corner. Let's go back to Stryker. His lap time, 55.12. He's got a little bit off pace, but he's got Rayburn right there with him. Let's hope he's going to be able to work with Rayburn here and catch some of that speed, be able to catch back up here toward the end of this one. Monitor race leader. Mike up 7, 28.76 on the iRating for him. Chris Justice, 33.94. Brandon Banks, 41.61. Crown over 39.88. Brian Fine, 33.91. As we all go to work. Week 13 at iRacing means there's all kinds of stuff going on. Make sure you get in and get your Week 13 in. Somebody's at the front door. Justice got it. We're good. Chris Johnson in tow. What's up, Case Beer? Jonathan, where are you at? Why aren't you racing? The driver you got to keep your eye on is right here on the inside of the 63. The 01, as consistent as they come. 22, Cam Dario out there running a little Logano paid scheme / Hunt Brothers paid scheme / things of that. Don't need to yell at me. Brian Fine, fastest lap of the race. 5.7, try to march forward as well. Brandon Banks back to third. Again, saving tires is huge, especially on a 30-lap run, but you'll start seeing drivers try to snake here. The stage win's pretty big. Where's Matt on the points? I see nothing. Well, let us take a look. Actually, I'm going to pull it up. Dun, 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 dun. Overall standings. Matt, 23rd in the point standings. 10 starts. There's 2 podiums, 2 top 5s, and 3 top 10s in his 10 starts. He's out front. Got a little bit of speed. Yeah, Brandon Banks pulls it back in. So is Crown over. Brian Fine, Cam Dario up 13. Bigart up 16 already. Couple of cautions putting him forward. That's kind of put him in a positive situation. Pat Green is another driver you got to keep your eye on. He's got the finagling of racing. The finagling of racing. Jason Day missing tonight. Tony Sanders out there working. Tony Sanders in 10th. He has 1 top 5, 6 top 10s on the 15 starts. He's not flashy, but he's always there. I call him the Iron Man He's grinding out points. You know, he might not be the guy who's been winning, but he's there at the end of these races. He's there. Michael Caffrey as well. Caffrey looking to move forward. Mike from Perth, Australia has Phillip ahead of him. I believe they're brothers. Mike has a win on the series. One stage win, 10th of the points. I'm sorry, 8th of the points. 3 podiums, 5 top 5s, or 5 top 10s in his 11 starts. He's missed a couple of races, but hey, he's good. High impact part-timer vibe, but when he's here, he's dangerous. Oh, baby. Crown over, another driver to look at. Sitting 4th right now. Sitting 9th in the point standings, 2 top 5s, 7 top 10s. He got a slight penalty hit not too long ago. Speed is there. He's got to be calm and be points rich at Pocono to keep up the momentum he's had. Again, Pat Green, 4 top 5s, 7 top 10s. Very solid average driver rating. He is one of the most efficient drivers in the field. He's a top 10 guy. That is what I was talking about before. I like hearing it. Striker right now, still dealing with the damage. Mark Russian, same concept. Rayburn back here in 20th. Is everybody holding on? Rayburn off 9. Some flavor. Try to make sure it happens. Mata, 3/10 of a second. Chris Justice into the corner. Brandon Banks. Anthony Cron over the top. 6 drivers, 7 drivers, 8 drivers have stalemated here. And so far, we'll see who's going to try to make a mistake. Clint Hackett back with getting around David Steiner. Steiner off 6 from the start of the race. Seeing Tony Sanders, Joe Hudson side by side. Joe Hudson trying to pull the side draft on the 21 there. Trying to make it work, trying to make it happen. Caffrey off 11. It was your outside pole sitter. Had early issues. Trying to work his way back forward after the contact with Strickland. 11 to go in the stage as 20 is being completed. Be back for the Xfinity tomorrow. Yeah, I've got points. I've got all the information on everything, on every driver out there, on everything going on. I promise. I had to look it up. I wanted to see if he was out there. Didn't know where he was. Hadn't heard his name enough out there to be out there and to be fresh on the mind for Friday. So, but hey, 10 races of 16. All good. Got a lot of drivers to talk about. Ryan went back into the mix as well. Good to see Ryan out there running. He's got the 00 on. Not quite sure why he chose to change the number from what he was running to the 00, but hey, I guess that's the way it goes. He's got ChatGPT on his car. Yeah, I mean, go for it. Derek Wegman off 1. Tony Sanders off 6. Joe Hudson started 3rd, back at 9th. A lot of the drivers that are trying to work their way through the commitment of the race line. And one of the things that I'll talk about here is drivers who don't qualify get through the field pretty decently, right? And as they get through the field decently enough, then they have to fight to work their way to the front. And right now, the 01 across the nose of the 22. 01 getting free right there. Not going to wiggle up to the nose of the car. So Bigard to 7th. If he chose, I don't know if he had issues on qualifying, but if he chose not to qualify, does that mean he gets the hard charger points? That I don't know. I don't have admin.
Oh, okay.
Or I would.
I'll just hope for a lull then.
All right, Pat Green, Cam Dario. Mata's going to be in seventh. Or sorry, up 7. Justice still trying to keep it close. Carter Banks working. Nathan trying to find mistakes out of the drivers. Caffrey just ran his fastest lap of the race. Consistently trying to work forward. So is Clint Hackett. These drivers trying to work together right now. Pat Green, 54.15. Just trying to save tires and stage points. Chris Justice up 4. Glad to see drivers coming back into racing. This field with 25 drivers used to have 30 and 35. We'd like to see a lot more drivers out there running. So if you're interested, make sure you reach out to Chop Shop. Get involved with Chop Shop. They have a really good series. I know that they had a couple of cautions at the very beginning part of this race, but it's just, I think they call it new race jitters when it comes to Pocono. And so far, we've gone green since. So that's a pretty big staple and a pretty big part of what you're seeing. Well, I encourage you to join Chop Shop, discord.gg/Chop Shop Racing. Get out there. Don't be a part-timer. Get out there and race. That's the way I say it. Justice in second. Brandon Banks in third. Crownovers in fourth. Brian Fine in fifth. Line right on the back bumper to the 27. Knows he's got the 01 here, so he either has to make a move on the 27 or the 01's going to have a run on that outside lane. Big Art trying to get inside that top 5 very quickly, and there it is. 5-7 having to stay low. Sees the 01 make the pass on the outside. That's the mistake that the 01 makes the 5-7 make, because the 5-7's trying to set up the pass ahead. The 01 tires on the inside. It's going to see the 27 on the outside. Now Brian Fine trying to set that pass back up again, trying to be there. Right over. Trying to edge the outside lane. Right over, able to hold on to fourth. The 5-7 with a run back as they snake down. Brian Fine back on the outside. Looking to the outside, trying to get back a bye. Knows that he's got pace enough to be up there. Right back on the inside. 01 trying to run into the 27. 27 running higher, trying to dump the dirty air. Brian Fine trying to find a way back. 5 laps to go to the stage. Backing into the corner. Looking at turn 3. Tell you what, the 01 is trying to work on Crownover. And that'll be a side draft there. 01 trying to get there. Brian having to check up the corner. Massive look for what it's worth. 01 trying to slide the corner. 28 of Crownover up high. Crownover back in. 27 of Crownover. Sorry, 01 does make the slide happen. So he's up to fourth. Mata, 5/10 of a second difference here. Brandon Banks, 4 laps to go to the stage. As the 01 trying to march forward. Striker still needing some damage fixed on that left front. Trying to make that happen. Mata trying to come around. Chris Justice in second. Brandon Banks in third. Will be 3 to go at the line. We'll see if these drivers push closer. Right now, Brandon Banks, Chris Justice, they're all losing time. 54.29 with clean air. But Nathan Big Art, he's got the speed. Just ran a 54.10. It'll be about who can chase him down. The 90 has caught up to Brian Fine. Ken Dario trying to save some tire. Pat Green working. Brandon Banks utilizing the tires on the bottom side. 01 having a good line out. And right now, they're finally closing back in. 8 to the outside of the 14. Trying to set up a run here to get around the 14 on the front straightaway. Right now, pushing, trying to push. 2 to go to the stage. 8 to the inside. This is what the 01 wants to see. 8 trying to break the draft. 01's going to work higher. Watch the run that Nathan gets here. He's the driver to beat tonight when it comes to consistency on the long run. Corner exit. It's going to go to the inside. Side draft to the 8. Going to pick up one more spot. Brandon Banks will concede the line as the 01 pushes hard. Back on the inside for the 8. Oh, I thought he was going to throttle up and be there. The 8 outbreaks the 01. He's going to get there. White flag for the stage as Chris Justice turns on the gas here at the end. So does all the other drivers. Coming around to the tunnel turn, Jerry Culver just ahead trying to stay on the lead lap. Michael Mata coming around 3/10 of a second out of the corner. It'd be impressive to get a stage win. Right now, the 01 to the outside of Nathan Bigard, 14. On the cross. Mata comes around, 14. Mike's going to get the stage win. Chris Justice second. Nathan Bigard third. Banks, crowd over. Pat Green, Brian Feinkamp, Dario, Clint Hackett, Michael Caffrey across the line. Well, that'll be how they go. Chopp'N Racing. Mata gets the stage win. A long way to make up when it comes to playoff points. We're getting down to the wire of the playoffs. We'll talk about that when we come back. Everybody hydrate. Drivers coming around. It's been an action-packed end of the race. They turned it on a little bit too late, though. Michael Mata wins the stage, but it's gonna matter about the end of this race. All right, drivers coming back to it. We're ready to go. We're underway. We're back at it. We're going. 57 laps to go. 56 now as the drivers get their green flag back in action. Big Art, race leader. Matt is going to be in second. Chris Justice back in third. Big blink at him out of there to see how that'll work. Oh, let's go for the Budgie Bird. 90 to the inside. Something got muted. Oh, that got muted. That was muted. We're all fine. Good boogly woogly. All right, Chris Justice, Brandon Banks, Caffrey. Ryan went up to the mix, trying to work into it. Anthony Cronover down to the bottom side. 49 of Joe Hudson. Holding on to the end. Glenn Hackett up high. Derek Wegman back into the mix. Stryker got a minute 32 fixed on the car. Let's hope it runs better for him. That car dealing with all that it can. Rock Duty still a lap down. Cam Dario on pit road taking tires, I think. Something happened with Cam there on that portion. I'm not quite sure. Let me go back and look. He had a jump to pit road. This is on 34. Something happened to Cam. He had to pull off to the side. He jumped back to pit road, coming back around. So we'll see how that goes. Tow around this racetrack is massively long. Mata back to the inside of the 01. Trying to lead here. The 01, 5,305 on the iRating. Pat Green in third. Working. Comes to consistency. That's the guy. Cam Dario's going to be 2 laps down now after some stage points. We'll see if that'll fare out for him. He'll be able to make that work. Jerry Culver still dealing with left side damage as well. Philip Caffrey, Taylor to the field. Mark Retchen up 5 and 20th as Stryker just ahead. Stryker right behind Tony Sanders and Cam Dario as they work. All righty. What's left in the schedule after Pocono? Well, for the regular season, we've got ourselves 3 more races after tonight's race. We have New Atlanta next week on the 19th, the day after Christmas. We're going to be running Bristol. They'll be off January 2nd because people are going to be hungover. And then Phoenix. Phoenix will be the last race, January 9th, before we get into the playoffs. We're going to begin 2026. The playoffs, January 16th start at Chicagoland. That's going to be the first start there. There's Churchy coming around. Then we'll go to the Indianapolis Oval. Then Michigan. Round of 12 will be Kansas, Darlington, Charlotte. And then the final race of the regular season will be, final race of the championship will be the round of 8. It'll be at Legacy, Atlanta. Drivers on the cutoff. Kind of matching. Let me back up here. Sorry. Going through all my stuff. Drivers on the cutoff, Craig Bridge Jr., Tyler Lemon, Jeff Laraway, David Steiner. Those 4 drivers sitting all the way back there. I think we only have David Steiner in today's race. But if we were to begin the round of 16 today, Jerry Culver will be up 11 points. I'm sorry, up 5 points over Craig Bridge Jr. Tyler Lemon 14 back, Jeff Laraway 11 back, David Steiner 5 back. Well, that would be a massive look. Outside of that, you got some drivers who need work. Michael Caffrey back up into the mix. Got that penalty earlier and had to go to the back after getting into it with Stryker. So he has been able to work his way back to third. He was your outside pole sitter. Brandon Banks holding on to fourth. Pat Green in second. Trying to close in the distance to Nathan Bigart with a lot of pace. Chris Justice back to sixth where he started. He's out there, led a couple of laps. Michael Madden, stage winner, sits fifth right now. Got a lot of buffaloing happening coming around. Ryan Wentz there to the back bumper to the 27. Moving forward. Ryan trying to back up the corner a little bit, out of the gas just a touch. Justice on the inside, Matt on the outside. No side draft from the 14. He's trying to get around the 16. Going to slide the corner here. Good downshift to the corner, side by side. 14 slides to 16. 27 to the wall. Right now, drivers trying to cross each other over. A lot of these drivers have ran around each other for 16 weeks now. And the racing doth be racing, and it doth be on. .27 on the outside of the 16. 16 back up. Might be trying to save a little bit here. We'll see. We'll see how this will fare out. I mean, drivers are going to be able to run a full fuel cycle on this one. 35 is usually the magic number that we see. 49 laps to go. And it will be a whole different ball of wax. 77 has the 8. 8 was looking out of I think that was turn out of turn one. Good Lord. Good speed for the 77 out of the tunnel turn. Brandon Banks, we'll see if he'll get a run here on turn 3. Again, a flatter turn. Lana back to 11th. Brian Fine off 2. Trying to work to the back bumper. Once again to the 16. 16 free off corner. A little right front damage on the 16. Wonder where he got that one. Where he got that from. Bam. This is on 39. They're 3 wide here. Want to take a look because I'm seeing right front damage on the car of Michael Matta. Just a little bit. Maybe it's just me. Maybe it's me. Hold on. Let's get closer. Let's take a closer look. Boom. Yeah, he's got right front damage. Car's got to be a parachute now. Where'd he get that from? He had it there. It's 38. Oh, he got into the wall right there out of 1. Right there. There it is. There it is. Right there. Out of the wall. Oof. Man, that was a hard send. Now it's being a parachute. All right, well, he's got a chance. It might be a caution. If there's a caution, you can get it fixed. If not, maybe get a couple of seconds on pit road where you can be able to do so. Well, driver's popping in back here. I wonder if I got any settings changed up here. Parsons coming in. That is Jonathan Parsons, who is 3 laps down currently. Joe Hudson out of the race. Cam Dario working hard for his money as well. Philip Caffrey has still a little bit of damage. Stryker in 19th, dealing with what he's got going on. Left front damage on his car. That happened earlier. Jerry Culver still with some nose damage. Ahead of a couple of drivers. How about David Steiner just running his fastest lap of the race, 54.03. All right, Nathan, Pat Green, Michael Caffrey, Brett Banks, Anthony Cronover, Chris Justice. Justice back where he needs to be. Trying to work forward. You gotta be smooth. What happened to Churchy? Church on pit road. He got a black flag. Oh, what for? Checking on Clint Hackett inside the top 10, right behind the 00 and the 14. 63 there to the mix as well. Derek Wegman up on the outside lane. Now, Derek's been able to get that car fixed. 63 there on the inside. Pushed high for the 28. Now the 39 looking. 28 needing the draft. Needing a push as they get into the corner. Glenn Hackett working. 28 rolls back second lane. 63 side by side. 28 good. We'll look. 63. We'll see the 39 crossover. 63 down to the bottom to block. And now Derek Wegman back into the mix. Into the corner. Back to the back bumper. Throttles up. It's right there. 28 looking to the inside on Ryan Wendt. You see the brake difference here. Ryan fine, trying to clear Wegman. Woo, baby. Ryan had a big run there. Good luck. All right, 39 to the outside of the 63. Pitch each other tied up onto the front straightaway. Oh, door to door. Wegman a little down into the door to the 63 there off corner. Line went there. I tell you what, Clint Hackett has gotten himself around. The log hog logging driver working his way forward. Fastest lap of his race is going to be Michael Caffrey. Brock Duty just ahead. Finds himself working forward, 54.09. Lasted on 44 for that driver. We'll see how he is going to fare out. He is lonely lap down. Maybe lap 49. We'll see if he's going to be able to make it. I don't know if he's trying to make it on fuel or if he needed to do something different there. He did take tires. Brock Duty around the 77. Try to keep himself out in front of the drivers. Now, pit lane times about 51 and a half seconds. Lap times around this racetrack about 54 seconds, 53.6 if you're pushing it. And that is if you're in the draft and pushing it. Fastest lap of the race at 53.69. That is courtesy of your race leader, Nathan Bighart. Pat Green ran a 53.70. His last lap, 54 flat. Caffrey, 54.10. Brandon Banks, 53.91. Cronover, 53.97. Chris Justice, a 54.90. Hackett, 0.3 of a second faster. Little free off corner exit. Everybody wiggling out. Justice controlling the clean air from 6th on back. Is now turn 3. About to be busy again. 28 back on corner exit. Trying to work as well. Alan, thank you for the follow out there on Twitch. I appreciate you. Bighart, Green, Caffrey. How about Pat Green getting a run here? Settling in nicely as they come around and set up for that back straightaway for the tunnel turn. Tunnel turn is a turn where the NASCAR haulers drive underneath. There's a big giant tunnel underneath. It has some of the most consistent changes when it comes to temperature out there. Caffrey, again, getting faster each lap. 53.81 is our Perth Australian leader. Comes P3 driver right now comes around. Love seeing him work. Love seeing him doing what he's doing. This time by, we'll see if he catches any of that back 54 flat for him this time by. Bigard 53.91. Pat Green 53.97. Pat Green settled into the corner, trying to set up a run to Nathan Bigard. As drivers go to work, here's Pat Green just ahead from Shreveport, Louisiana. Solid driver, very consistent. A lot of fun to be able to get out there and call races for. We appreciate that as much. Nathan Bigard, again, Keene, New Hampshire. When it comes to wins, he knows how to do it. In this series, 8 wins overall, 7 stage wins. And again, we talk about driver rating and driver experience. He is one of the ones that does it best. His average incident point per race is 4.64. Does have one of the lowest incident ratings, but he has the highest driver rating of all the drivers in the league, 120, as far as consistency and clean and pace that he has. As he's going to break the draft here toward the end of this one. You don't know who I am? Well, now you do. My name's Jason. This is Signature Esports. This is the Chop Shop Cup Series. Chopping it up is giving you all the action. We again appreciate Stay Tuned Sports for being the Pole Sitter Award. Thank you to Admin Box Pile Status, B&B Music. Xfinity Series action tomorrow night. They start their 3rd season, and that is going to be something to be looking at. That's for darn sure. Make sure you get out there and you find it yourself. The Chopping It Up Xfinity Series. It is their rise to the ranks Xfinity Series. Kind of like a rookie series, but not really. Takes a lot of talent. They usually run really well. We have had 3 lead changes. Nathan Bigard is now that 3rd lead change that we've seen. 3 cautions for 9 laps. 1 stage, 2 for incident in the early going. And I tell you what, when it comes to how the race has been, it has been good. Length of the race, 90 laps. Stage lap was at lap 30. 60 laps is the final stage stint. We're going to see drivers probably about somewhere in the next 10 or 15 laps decide whether or not they're coming to pit road. Ryan Wendt just ran his fastest lap of the race of 53.91, so he's getting a little bit more on it as we go. Crownover back in 5th. Sees Brandon Banks closing into the distance now to Michael Caffrey. Things have spread out quite a lot as 3/4 of a second goes to work. A little bit of lap traffic ahead. That's Jerry Culver. He's in danger of going a lap down. Again, 2.5 minutes of damage repaired when he came to pit road, but he still has significant nose damage. Right now at a corner exit, the 01's going to have a big run to the back bumper to the 13. He's going to put him a lap down fairly easy. Breaks the draft 0.8 of a second. Pat Green's going to be looking for the corner here. Corner exit's going to have a run with the 13 ahead. Up and out will look to try to make that pass there in turn 3. It's going to set up the inside lane. 77 closing down. So is Brandon Banks. But Pat Green with an obvious step to move forward. Last lap, 54.01 for Bigard. This time by 53.90. Caffrey just ran a 54.34. So a touch slower out of the corner. But he should be trying to play catch-up here to Pat Green. 0.8 of a second the gap. Pat trying to challenge the corner here on corner exit. Back of the mix, Derek Wegman up 4. Ryan Wendt up 6. Brian Fine working. We're checking on Brian Rayburn. He's worked his way back up there as well. As David Steiner 3 seconds ahead of he. Tony Sanders back into the mix. Mata right behind him. Mata still able to keep up with the draft, and I think that's part of what we're seeing. Greg Bridge Jr. is on the field tonight. Good to see him out there working. I was mistaken earlier. I don't know why I didn't see his name in my relative more quickly because I always like his paint schemes. Jonathan Parsons hard on the inside. Parsons hits the outside wall, drives back up, getting back onto the inside wall. We'll be good to go. Craig Jr. trying to track down, trying to have a clean race. That's what he's all about, man. That's what it's all about. When it comes to points, Stryker needing more. And currently has the 22 of Cam Dario behind him. Cam looking to get one more of those laps back. Right now, Pat Green trying to chase Nathan Bigart, trying to find the draft. He's too far away from Bigart to soak up the draft. When Nate breaks the draft, the 90 should not be going with him. He should just be running his line. The draft is too far away. Caffrey, 1.5 back from there. We'll watch Caffrey carry speed here. He's going to have Brandon Banks with him. Well, they just closed in 0.2 of a second on both drivers on that front straightaway. Bigart 1.1 out of the corner. Pat Green trying to push it. Capri has Banks and Crownover behind him. Banks clears Crownover. Crownover back to fifth. Banks rolling. 3 wide back here. 3 abreast as they go. Oh, Clint Hackett. Chris Justice. Oh, no, the 13. Chris Justice gets a piece. Clint Hackett able to get around. Good Lord. Here's what happened. I wanted to look here. They were 3 wide trying to enter that corner. Clint Hackett was all the way on the bottom side. Jerry still got pace. Yeah, 28 was into the corner. The 14 was trying to turn. They knew they were 3 wide. The 14 was trying to turn into the corner a little bit before the 28 was. Comes down on the left rear of the 28, then drifts up, gets into the 13. And Chris Justice out of the corner. 13 gets a little contact. He gets a little free. Ryan's going to make that move, and they'll have to go back at it again. So Chris Justice falling back a little bit, but able to recollect his thoughts and his pants. Name of the clip, Budgie. And thank you, Alan. Thank you, everybody, for being out there. We're either live on Facebook, Twitch, or YouTube. I appreciate every bit of it. Crownover coming to pit road. With 31 laps to go. This is a chance. Fuel and tires. Can you be the first one to do it? And can you do it the fastest? 1.6 the gap for Nathan Bigart, Pat Green. Nate will run it out of fuel, I think. I think that's probably the way to go here. If you have clean air. He's really good on pit road, so we'll see how that one will work. Right now, it's going to be about who can get themselves in and out of pit road the fastest. Crownover doing a phenomenal job of doing so. In all technicality, on pace with some of the best out there when it comes to pit road strategy. The pit road marker starts right there when you get to the pit road commitment line. The pit road exit line is that blue line that we all see as iRacers. That is the timing stop. So when I look at things, right here is commitment to come to pit road. He's already been on pit road commitment for about 8 seconds. That's Mark Retchen coming to pit road. And we'll take a look at some of the drivers. There's Philip Caffrey. He is 2 laps down now. There's a black flag right now if he exited pit road too quickly. But right now, we'll watch Retchen coming around. He's going to be leaving pit road, and his pit lane time will stop right whenever he gets to the blue line on the outside. We'll go right to it here. Mark Retchen leaving that line. That's not the commitment line. The lane commitment time right there. Did a great job. 51:05. Faster than Nathan Bigart. We'll see how they do it. 2 seconds the gap. Capri in third. Brandon Banks in tow. Pat Green looking to the back bumper to the 61. .90 holding on right now, 7/10 of a second. Pat Green trying to break the draft of the drivers behind him. 2.1 the gap, and these two behind him are working very well together with the draft. And Pat Green having to settle into the corner. Brandon Banks all the way to the bottom, 77 on the outside. This racetrack fares very well for drivers who enjoy road course racing. 8 trying to side draft the 77 here. He's going to be able to do so. Puts that right front on that left rear quarter panel. Able to hold in. So the 8 try to make the pass. 77 back door to door. Again, this is where turn 3 is important. 8 slides back up. Great defensive line for Caffrey. 8 dropping into the corner. Pat Green trying to work away from these two as they go side by side. Caffrey barrels back down. The 8 again to side draft, looking for turn 1. Caffrey clears all the way down to the bottom. 8 looking to the outside. Good working. Mark Gretchen. Going to be lap down. Striker has Nathan Picard right behind him. That's a lap to be gained. Right now, the 01 trying to push the 88 around this racetrack. Gets to the inside. Little love. Now Strickland running high there. Ooh, that was tight. That made him tight. Holy cow. 27 laps to go to the race. Mark Retchen just ran his fastest lap of the race, 54:22. Crowdover still in the lead lap, 45 3/4 second. The gap as they go to work. 26 laps to go. The less time you can spend on pit road, the better. Some drivers might take right sides only, but I tell you what, you can have an issue with that left side tire if you choose not to. Right now, Pat Green, Caffrey, and Brandon Banks trying to get to the point. The 8, the 77, and the 90. Ooh, a little wall tap for the 77 there, getting into the turn. A little bit of love for these drivers. Pat Green, we'll see Stryker just ahead of him. They look into turn 3. 26 laps to go. Bigart up front, 2.7 second lead. Pat Green in second. Caffrey in third. Clears Strickland. Pat Green chasing it down on the white line. Justice coming to pit lane, having to lock it down. 25 laps to go. Strickland first driver a lap down. Jeff Laraway in the 71. Team Bridge Racing working. Greg Bridge Jr. came to pit road on lap 61, so he is looking hard. Justice trying to manage what he has got. Pat Green closing in. That's a good battle there. Bigart, 3 seconds the gap. Pat Green, Caffrey, Brandon Banks. How about Clint Hackett? He is leading that top 5 charge. Right now it's Ryan Wendt, Derek Wegman, Brian Fine, David Steiner, Brian Rayburn closing in with a little bit of the driver's help ahead. It's Mark Retchen just ahead. Anthony Crownover still looking at turn 1, trying to work. Clint Hackett coming to pit road. He's going to give up some time. Crownover has cleared Chris Justice. Justice 3 seconds out. We'll have to try to close in some of that gap. A lot of clean air. The lap times really have not leveled off all that much. I thought tire wear was going to be a bigger factor in this car, but clearly I was wrong because this tire is not wearing. Matta goes to 11th. Clint Hackett in 12th. Jeff Laraway on pit road right now, getting a little bit more taken care of. I think if he's got a black flag, he's got something going on there. Clint leaving pit road. Just had a good race. Crownover is going to make that pass. Chris Justice will be 2.8 back. But right now, everybody's going to do what they can. Nathan might run it out of gas, might choose to take 2 tires only. We'll see. 3.5 back is going to be Brandon Banks. Pat Green has dropped back to 4th. Brandon Banks, Michael Caffrey will be your top 3. Caffrey back on the outside. Brandon Banks trying to close in at 3.9 seconds. Banks, your pole sitter. Working. They're working, folks. 23 laps to go. And the green flag pit stop's already happening. Laraway on pit road. He might be fixing the car. Dang it. Some good drivers out there. They've been having some issues. Old Caffrey still working. Churchy on pit road, getting the dang old Georgia Bulldogs race car fixed. Bigard coming to pit road. Brandon Banks will take over. Caffrey will be in second. Pat Green in on pit road as well. Going to get down to speed. Again, pit road speed limit here, 55 miles an hour. It is a slow pit stop. Bigard gets his pit box early. And that's one of the things about what we see here is if he doesn't qualify, he gets like the number 1 pit box. Stuff like that. We'll see what his out time is going to be. That's going to be the magic number we see here. He'll get back up to speed here. Fastest time on pit road belongs in and out to Mark Wretched. Brandon Banks, Michael Caffrey coming to pit road as well. Be that time. Derek Wegman will come around to lead a lap. David Steiner will be behind him. Brian Rayburn up into the mix as well. Tony Sanders finding the pace as Craig Bridge Jr. just ahead of him. Bigart will leave ahead of Mata. Davis, thank you for the like, sir. Round over 5.8 back. Pat Green at a very inoperative. He lost 3 seconds on pit road. But we'll have Anthony Crownover just ahead of him. So Derek Wegman, David Steiner, Brock Duty all out there. Thank you, Davis. I appreciate you, sir. Wegman coming to pit road, so was Steiner. But yeah, get that thing wiggled down. Ray Burns, your race leader. Kaylee's going to be happy tonight. Rayburn's leading. Came in on 32 last time by. Just saving. Doing what he can. Brooklyn still the guy that is 1 lap down. 4.8 the gap between Wretched and Steiner, Wegman, both leaving pit road. Caffrey takes over a spot. So it'll be Big Art, Banks, Caffrey, Crownover. 1/4 second back has Pat Green there. Banks, when he left pit road, 1.1 the gap now to Nathan Bigart. There's the 45 of Parsons just ahead. 0-1 working to the inside corner on the 45. 45 into the wall. So Nathan trying to make it work. Rayburn coming to pit road. How about Tony Sanders now? How about that leader? Give him some points, folks. 7 different lead changes through green flag pit stops. 88 up high. You like seeing it. Craig Bridge Jr. making that pass. We'll get back on the lead lap. Stryker trying to stay there. Rayburn to pit road. It's going to be leaving pit road. Tony Sanders, the race leader, 19 laps to go. Nathan Bigart and company. Mata from 32. Trying to hold on to what he has. Again, I talk about how long you need to stay on pit road. That can be shortened up. Tony Sanders, Michael Maddock coming to pit road. And that was the cycle. So all drivers coming to pit road. Tony Sanders pits from the lead. Maddock comes in from second. Nathan Bigart on the front straightaway says, "That's mine. Thank you, sir." Don't look now. Banks in tow. Capri in third. Crownover in fourth. Pat Green right behind him in fifth. Chris Justice rebounds his night. Sits in sixth right where he started. Brian Fine closes in. Ryan went there as well inside the top 10. Derek Wegman up 4 spots. Steiner back into the mix as well. Glenn Hackett trying to challenge for 201 miles an hour is what they got the car up to, is what it says to me. Crazy. Wegman, Steiner just ran their fastest laps of the race. A 53.69 for Derek Wegman. A 53.74 for David Steiner. 18 laps to go. We see about, how about Stryker? He has a meatball flag. He ran it as long as he could, and the dang thing blew up. Dang. Well, it happens. He needed another caution. He did. The current points leader is going to have a bad day at Pocono. About David Steiner, fastest lap of the race, 53.65 behind Derek Wegman. We'll credit that an extra point for Steiner. You didn't get a bonus point for leading the lap around this racetrack. Yep. 1.8 the gap. Bigart, Brandon Banks, Caffrey in third. And a 1.5 gap from Crownover to Pat Green. Trying to work together. Parsons in tow. We'll throw this bad boy on exciting, see where the racing's at. Everybody, you'll see 3 wide here, back to 2. Wegman trying to work. Good Lord, back 3 wide again, doubled up on the corner. Grab your popcorn, folks, we're not done yet. We'll hold on to it, and we'll take a small hydrate break. Get your hydration zone, grab your popcorn, 15 or 16 laps to go as they go. Yeah, they have a great race. They're having fun. Hope you've got your popcorn. Right now, race lead 2.5 seconds. Caffrey has Cronover and Pat Green working together behind him. Brandon Banks solid where he's at. Bigart through the field he went. Check in on the field. Craig Bridge Jr., last driver on the lead lap. He's a little distance between he and Nate, but is in danger of going a lap down here in the next 12 laps. Michael Mattis 7 seconds just ahead as Philip Caffrey right behind him. Still dealing with a little bit of the right side damage, but had a clean pit stop. About 3 seconds longer on pit road, but it works. Fastest driver in the pit lane time during the pit stop was your race leader, 51 flat. Second fastest pit stop time would be Mr. Mark Wretched, 51:05. He'd have had it if his pit crew had been about 19/100ths of a second faster. Mr. Van Ness's next time striker, he's got wins in him. This would be a track that I'd consider him winning in. Brandon Banks trying to match his own race pace, 54:03 for Bigart. This one is a rhythm track, and I tell you what, the tires really not a factor as much as you think. At least it's not by the lap time, it doesn't look that way. Clint Hackett pitted from inside the top 5 back to 11th. 54.58. That's where he lost his time on his pit lane exit. 63 to the back bumper to the up near the wall for the 63. Right to the back bumper of Ryan Wendt. 5 spots gained for the double O. Derek Wegman trying to work back forward as well. He was able to clear Ryan, able to work back through it. Brian Fine up 3 right behind his teammate, the 14. Brock Duty, last drive on the lead lap currently. Trying to challenge his way forward. 2.6 seconds the gap between Brandon Banks and Nathan Bigart. 10 laps to go as the races are going. Hope you got your popcorn. We hope Penguin is feeling better. We love the dude. And, can chill. Again, thank you to Alan for the follow. Thank you for the chats out there. K-Spear, appreciate you. Davis, again, thank you much. Brad, Hunt, thank you. Breger, thank you very much for all the chats and the likes and stuff. Bollinger, you as well. Max, always a pleasure. Coulter, I love you. I hope you're doing well. Right now, Nathan, 2.8 the gap. Brandon Banks, just managing. It's a stalemate with air. All right, Pat Green looking to the inside of the 27. Caffrey up high, 90, working to the bottom. Can Pat Green get a top 3 out of tonight? A podium would be huge for him. Out of the corner. He gets a little tight, little under the wall. He's fine. 27 back on the inside. He's going to be able to slow roll that one back down. The 90 tried to make the pass, but the tires were overheated. He's so used to running behind the 27 there for a moment. Little wiggle out of the nose of the car on the 90. Side draft from the 27, but I tell you what, Pat Green holding his own here into turn 3. 27 will clear up and run right behind the 90 on corner exit. Watch the drive off here. And they work together to try to fight it out for a podium. 90 chasing the draft of the 77. Caffrey 7.3 the gap. Caffrey having that gap closed down to him. Pat Green bottom side, 27 working the high side here. Pat Green on corner exit's going to build up some speed. Trying to close in. That podium spot's the magic work. 3 seconds to gap for your race leader. So that's not the race. The race is right here. And right here. These two trying to work their way forward. Justice, Brian Fine. You have Derek Wegman and David Steiner. Where'd Ryan go? Ryan's back here. There's Clint Hackett. He got around him. Ryan, you getting the wall? I don't know. Okay. All right. Bigart 3 seconds. Brandon Banks back in second. Caffrey has Pat Green closing in. Cronover 0.3 of a second back there as well. The hard charge kind of day. Teammates back here working together. Derek Wegman trying to close in. Get a little bit faster lap time than the drivers ahead of him. How about David Steiner, though? 53.88 his last time by. Justice and Brian Fine running identical lap times, 53.92. Pat Green, 53.93. The 10th and a half faster than Nathan Bigard on his last lap. We'll see what happens here. 54.16. Again, Pat Green down on the bottom. Caffrey ran a 54.19. So did Pat Green. Chris Justice and Brian Fine closing into the distance almost 0.2 of a second faster than everybody ahead of him. Bigard, 6 laps to go. Solid where he's at. Brandon Banks, solid where he's at. Caffrey sitting in third. And Pat Green needing to try to find a way to get there. Pat Green, tires on the bottom side, up and out. Good race line right there. So is Anthony Crownover. 0.6 of a second difference here. Pat Green is chasing what Mike McCaffrey's doing, but he's got better corner entry and exit. So if he could just find a way, he'll find the speed. Last time by, Pat Green a 10th faster. High side, second lane. Trying to manage a toe. Corner exit for both, so all three drivers. And I tell you what, Chris Justice and Brian Fine doing a great job working together. Wegman 2 3/4 back. These drivers are 14 seconds back. Currently with 5 laps to go. Clint Hackett, solid day. David Steiner, 2.6 up from him. Ryan Wendt, 2.5 back from there. Rayburn playing catch up to Ryan here. Up and out of the corner, Rayburn looking for that 11th spot. We'll see if he can get there. Mark Retchen up 11 and 14th, keeping himself nice and calm. 3.4 to the gap once again to Brandon Banks from Big Art. And Caffrey having a battle, trying to hold on with 4 laps to go. Caffrey giving it all she's got, Captain. Wegman, still opportunity. Steiner just behind him. Brock Duty there as well. There is Clint Hackett, a straightaway away. 3.5 the gap, 54.05 last time by. Brandon Banks, 54.22. Caffrey, 54.20. Pat Green, 54 flat. Crownover, 53.96. 2.5 the gap. Chris Justice, Brian Fine trying to push on the straightaways. They are all over each other's bumpers. 3 laps to go. Caffrey playing snake with the 90. Not enough speed. I tell you what, Crownover might be able to capitalize on that. Those drivers are wearing their tires out. And here comes Pat Green. They keep chasing each other. Crownover's going to pounce for that 3rd spot. There's a lot to defend here. If you're Michael Caffrey, you get side by side with Pat Green, or you snake it too much. Crownover's going to run the natural line. How about Pat Green gets tight on corner? Now has to try to run him back down again. 2 laps to go. They chase each other. Crownover, he's closing in the gap on these two. He's going to set up for a pass. 2 to go. The battle for 3rd is something here. Caffrey to the bottom. 0.4 of a second. Pat Green, 1/4 second now to Crownover. Big Art coming around. Turn 3, gets around Craig Bridge Jr. Pat Green trying to get one more stab at it with Michael Caffrey here. 0.3 of a second into turn 3. Nathan Bigard comes around the front straightaway. He'll see it. White flag waves. Final lap. The battle for 3rd A very interesting battle as they all shimmy and shake and make the earthquake. The 90 getting free. Trying to challenge the corner. 90 down to the bottom looking for clean air. Travels up to the 77's back bumper. Pat Green there. Not anymore. Got free. Caffrey again making him make moves he doesn't really need to. And Nathan Bigart, final time out of 3. We'll see Brandon Banks close down the distance. Caffrey is going to be able to hold on to 3rd. Pat Green trying to get one more. Crowdover back on the inside. Nathan Bigart wins. Brandon Banks 2nd. Battle for 3rd. It's not going to be existent. Caffrey finished 3rd. Pat Green 4th. Anthony Crowdover 5th. Chris Justice will come home 6th. Brian Fine will be 7th. But Nathan Bigart gets the win. And the racing was better in 3rd. That was the battle we wanted to see. Nice job, Caffrey. Pat Green, Anthony Crowdover, all 3 of those drivers deserve the kudos. They made the racing more interesting today than anything else. I tell you what, it was a great race for all 3 of those drivers. Kudos. Kudos from me to you, everyone. We're going to talk to Caffrey. I'm going to say he had the better race. I know Nate won, but Caffrey had the better race. What's up, heroes? Nathan Bigart gets the win. Brandon Banks 2nd. Michael Caffrey 3rd. Pat Green, Anthony Crowdover, your top 5. Chris Justice, Brian Fine, Derek Wegman, David Steiner will be your top 9. So Clint Hackett in 10th. Ryan Wendt, Brian Rayburn, Tony Sanders, Mark Retchen, Michael Maddow will be your top 15. Craig Bridge Jr., Michael Strickland, Brock Duty, Jerry Culver, and Jeff Laraway through 20th. Parsons, Caffrey, Dario, Church, and Hudson finishing 25th. Stryker again finishing 17th. I don't know if he was able to get any more laps out of that. It finishes 11 laps down. So, or maybe 10 laps down. I don't know. He's still finishing. So, be how it is. Be how it is. Oh, man. He had a good run. He'll be the driver we talked to, but the race was better in the back. I ignored you for the last 10 laps because Caffrey, Pat Green, and Anthony Crowdover put on one heck of a race at the end of that, and you missed it.
No, I understand. It was pretty boring up front. That's for sure.
Congrats on the win, man. That was, I talked about it earlier in the run. I know that, we had you were pushing towards the tail of that, just one spot away from another stage win there. But, I was watching just kind of your drive line consistency as everything fall off was the 0.4 of a second fall off we saw. And then it's just about hitting your marks after that. I mean, and a great pit stop. I mean, fastest time in pit lane.
Oh, really? Yeah, it didn't feel like it. I don't know if I messed up the entry or what, but man, Brandon gained over 2 seconds on me with the pit cycle. And I thought I would gain on him being that I got fresher tires first, but he was like 3 seconds back. And when we came out, he was like 1 second back. And I had to work hard to make sure I could break the draft to try to shake him. Because once they get in that draft, man, and the battle is on, and I knew it from practice, me and him were going at it, and I did not want that type of battle. It's exciting, but man, it'll wear you out. So being able to break free of that and just run some laps at the end made it a little boring. Definitely, especially for a broadcast, didn't put on a good show. We definitely could have put on a more exciting show if we got together, but I was happy to break away, and everyone did an amazing job. A full green flag pit cycle, no caution, just amazing job by everybody.
Yeah. I mean, it's Pocono. It goes one of two ways. It goes chaos or green flag racing. You had a little bit of both. And did you qualify? Or did you not qualify today?
Yeah, I missed qualifying. I planned on
Oh,
doing it, but
yeah.
I was up out of the rig when it happened. And yeah, I got lucky to not get into the mess at the start. And honestly, yeah, missed both wrecks. And Ryan was picking on me about how the hell did I get up so fast? And I was like, honestly, I haven't actually passed anyone on track. It was just passing the guys that wrecked, and it got me up a lot of positions right at the start.
Yeah. Yeah. And it
But I
took a
was glad that
while.
mayhem was over.
I was going to say it took a while to get from 8th to 2nd. I think it was 2nd for the stage. And I was talking about just how well pack racing works, but it is you can feel like you can overheat the tires, but when it comes to what we saw, a second fall off doesn't seem like much on paper, but it does make it makes your lifting points a little bit different.
Yeah, you definitely got to drive it a little bit different, especially like you said, to not overheat the tires is a big thing. Because you can push for 3 laps, go hard, but you're going to pay for it for a few more laps, and you're going to have to back it down and cool them back off. And you're better off to just stay at a steady pace at a track like this and try to keep the tires happy throughout the whole run.
Yeah, there's
But yeah, the fall off was just
it was
it just
weird.
stayed the same. Like you said, it went to a certain amount and then it just stayed there. It would be nice to see it keep falling off.
Especially because turn 1 is so abrasive when you change lanes the way you do, and then you're scrubbing speed out of the tunnel turn. Like that should just tear up the tires. And then turn 3, there should be marbles galore up high. You know what I mean? Like this track, it may be 3 different corners, but it's supposed to be the one that goes, yeah, maybe we need some tire wear.
Yeah, I mean, there's all kinds of tire wear, but for some reason the speed doesn't fall off
Yeah.
like I feel like it should. Because I was getting down into the 60s of tire wear when I went and changed them, but it just the fall off wasn't there as far as time wise.
The number said, hey, you don't have any tire, but realistically, the car said, I still have tire.
Absolutely.
That's the way I see it. The coding needs to be fixed. That's what we're saying. iRacing, I know you listen. Fix the tire on this car, please. Do what NASCAR we've been begging NASCAR to do. Fix the dang old tire. Yeah, man. It was a good race. It was comfortable for you and Brandon. I saw Brandon he went into a groove, and we'll talk to him about what he was trying to do there. And but the battle was 3rd, 4th, and 5th. Like, you guys set sail, but man, you should go back and watch those guys. Caffrey did a great, I'm going to kudos Caffrey a lot because he did such a great job holding on that spot.
That's awesome. I'm definitely looking forward to going back and watching it. We had some, I was happy to come out with the lead after the stage, to pass him on pit road, because once I got the clean air, I felt a lot more comfortable. Because like you said, before the stage ended, those 2 or 3 up front were going to be really hard to get by. So it was a lot easier to have the pit crew do it.
Well, on top of that, shortly after the stage, whatever, I think it was you, Caffrey, and Mata was up there. Mata hits the wall. That separates the field a lot. So you kind of were able to, really not, you were pushing kind of hard, but not really push hard enough to manage. A lot really went in your favor tonight, which is good. You're a hell of a driver. So, I'm not knocking that at all. I'm saying that, there was a lot of things that really did go in your favor, i.e., you missed both cautions. You're able to march through the field. You're able to take your time, and then the race became just, I'm going to complete 90 laps.
Yeah, you hit the spot on right there. I definitely got a lot of luck involved in this race. And once we got out to the lead and then that incident happened behind, I had realized that Pat had broken the draft from behind him. So I was trying to, just stay with him and try to work together. And I think it actually hurt him in the long run. It got his tires hot and it made him fall back to just start going. But I was trying to work together because you can use that draft and push each other along. But with this, the car and just the way it is, if you don't offset enough in the corners, it just heats up the tires for the guy behind. And I think that is actually a detriment to him. And I probably should have just went and gave him more air.
Yeah, well, I mean, you guys did a great job. I mean, everybody did a great job. You did a great job. I mean, this is your 9th win. It's cool. You got some points back from Stryker because Stryker had some bad luck earlier.
That's what we
Yeah,
needed. We
yeah.
needed him to have a bad day.
He hasn't had too many of them. So
No.
next week, Atlanta. That's the next race. That's going to be the race that really will show up because it's New Atlanta. And this car does not like New Atlanta very much.
Oh, it's a New Atlanta. Yeah, that'll be exciting. You ain't gonna see people break away in that one, that's for sure.
And if we do, then iRacing did something right. I mean, I'm sorry. No, you guys do a phenomenal job, and I'm not a fan of New Atlanta. Driving it or watching it, like, so. Next week is going to be a super speedway race at slower speeds, and we'll see how it'll fare out. You know, we're going to have wrecks. I'd much rather see the older version of Atlanta because I think it just gives better racing, even if it gets spread out.
I wish they didn't have the quad oval in it, and I think that being that it's a smaller track, it really is hard to run two, especially 3 wide. Like to do the straightaway, the front stretch 3 wide. It's so hard to predict where the lines are going when it goes through them 2, little quad oval areas, and it really ruins the track.
Yep. Yeah. Oh no, I don't disagree. Plus, they haven't fixed the bottom curve even on the real track. You can't. You're hooking the left front on the bottom of that apron, and we see issues with that pushing up, not just in iRacing but in NASCAR itself. So like there's some things I like about it is that NASCAR can run 3 wide. iRacing not as much, but we do like seeing it. So anyway, nonetheless, it was pleasure, man. Give your shout outs. You deserve the victory. You earned it. It was great. I spent less time talking about you except for in the middle of that run, and then but it is well deserved. You're a hell of a driver, and always proud of seeing you get out there and push when you need to push, and sometimes it's okay to have a good day that just kind of, I wouldn't say is too easy because it wasn't easy. You had to drive all the laps, and that's a lot of laps to run around this racetrack, and you have more skills than luck sometimes. So like that's good. That's a good thing. And tonight you had every bit of the puzzle when it came together in a good dominant fashion.
Absolutely. But I will definitely give a shout out to the big man upstairs. It was definitely some luck involved tonight, and I appreciate it. Whenever he shines down on me, I definitely don't hesitate to give him credit. So thank him. Thank all the admins at Chop Shop, everyone that puts in all the work. Thank all the drivers for doing a great job once we got going. Man, what a great green flag run. Like I said, right through the pit, green flag pit cycle. It was awesome. Shout out to the guys battling, giving room to each other, having fun, side drafting. It's a fun track for the side draft and getting aggressive. A shout out to the top 3. And the sponsor of the series is the Chopp'N It Up podcast. Give a shout out to them, all the fans out there watching, you, Jason, at Signature Esports. Everyone that supports you and everything you do is amazing. My mom, she's out in Florida right now on vacation with my sister. So I know they just landed their plane this afternoon, so they made it there safely. So just give a shout out to her and tell her have fun and love you.
All right, brother. Be good. We'll see you. Are you RCN tomorrow for the Xfinity Series?
Yes, I am.
All right. Well, we'll see Nate tomorrow on the other side of things where he has to keep all these heathens in order.
Absolutely.
It'll be Daytona. It's not going to be, it'll be easier or not easy. One of the two. All right, Nate. Much love, brother.
Yeah, have a
you too. You too. That's Nate coming home in and Victory Lane tonight. Did a great job. No luck needed. No luck needed for Brandon Banks as well. DBR's in chat, brother.
Yeah, they always are in chat.
They're out there. They're giving you all the love, all the, what's up, Tony? Much love to you, brother. Thank you for the shout out for Tony. Heroes out there as well. Brother, you closed in on pit road. Nate said that was the big thing. He was a little worried about that. and then he had to break the draft, and he was smooth sailing from there. Clean air was key. I was watching lap times. It was like it was an alternate, like you'd run the same lap time as you could get for as you would with Nate, and then it was a stalemate, and then back up the corner, and tires were getting hot. I don't know what was going on, but I tell you what, brother, that was insane.
Yeah, well, I think he took 4. I only took 2. So I screwed up. I mean, they're complaining to me in the Discord over there. I took too much gas. So I was in there probably 2 or 3 seconds longer than I probably should have been. I think we should have came out in front of him. But honestly, I really don't think I could have stayed in front of him. Maybe we could have held him off for a couple laps, called a caution or something, and maybe, allow the tires to cool off or something, and maybe be able to do something with him. But honestly, I think we finished about where we were going to finish. He was pretty good today. So we tried. There just wasn't any fall off. I mean, it didn't seem like so we had a lot of tire wear. It just, the times weren't falling off a lot. So Lawson's over there. He's like, take 2. I'm like, all right, heck with it. We'll take 2. We'll see what happens. And it almost worked. I just screwed it up in the pit. So just gotta be better next time.
Well, and that was the same thing I was talking to Nate about, is that there wasn't any time. Like, you know what I mean? And I saw that throughout the race. I was like, man, that's really not that. I mean, in the draft, only a 0.4 of a second fall off is really not that much. And then you guys are by yourselves running 54.10s, and I'm like,
Yeah. It just, I mean, I wish we could have had a little more fall off on time there. I think it had been a little more beneficial to us. I've noticed on some of these tracks, since they've done a lot of the updates, that when we can get a lot of tire wear where there's 2 seconds, 3 seconds of fall off, I'm pretty good when it comes to that type of race. But I don't know, I'm just never really been that great at this track. I think I told Caffrey over there, I was like, I think I took 90 different lines through turn 2 tonight. So, because I have no clue how to get through that turn. So, it is what it is. I think we finished probably where we were supposed to finish, top 2, 3. That was about the speed we had majority of the day. So, hats off to Nate. He's good at these little flat type tracks, man. He's good. You got to do what you got to do. But, hey, like I said, we come out here and keep trying to pressure him a little bit, but pressure him into a mistake every once in a while, and we can get one. But like I said, hats off to him. He deserved it. He was the fastest car today. Drove from the back to the front. So, we did what we were supposed to do. Got the points. Led some laps. Got a pole. So we got some points today. So still a good day.
I mean, you say, well, I'm not really that good at it, but you finished second. You finished second on two tires.
Need to be better though. I need to be better. I need to, really, honestly, I need to be a lot better than that. So
self-admitted
really
2 tires, heavier car. Good Lord. And you say you're not that good. Come on.
Yeah. Like I said, I'm okay. But we just made a mistake. We like I said, we could have had a chance at it. We just made the mistake in the pits, and just got to fix that situation with my crew chief, and maybe we can, it'll work out better next time. But like I said, I don't even know where we race next week.
New Atlanta.
New Atlanta, wonderful. I wish it was old Atlanta. That was
me too. That's your championship race, by the way. That is your championship race.
Oh, that sounds good to me. Sounds very good to me. So, we'll just go in next week and just hold on and try to make it to the end of that one. That one's going to be, rough, I think. So, I'm not very good there. So, I don't know. It is what it is.
And he'll finish P2 on 2 tires with the heaviest schedule.
Yeah, we'll try.
You're good, man. Brant Banks, you're always a pleasure, man. P2 tonight. Give you shout outs. Lawson, make sure you remind him when he's coming to pit road next week, you really don't need tires until, after that second pit stop. Right sides are good. You can do right sides.
Not so much gas.
Go ahead,
yeah.
man.
Well, I appreciate you, man, for putting it on Signature. Chop It Up podcast. All the guys, the admin team here, like I said, always, real fun to run with these guys. You know, thanks to the DVR guys for giving everybody a hard time in chat and always kind of watching and trying to make our whole team better. You know, and like I said, congrats to Nate and Caffrey, and then they ran really good races tonight. Once we kind of got through those first 2 or 3 cautions there at the beginning, it was a really good race. So hats off to everybody that ran tonight. We ran a good, it was fun race to get spread out here and actually try to, you know, a little strategy here and there, get some green flag pit stops in. So like I said, going next week and you know, have a good time, hold on tight, and try not to wreck.
I mean, grab the popcorn, grab some soda, do your thing. I can't say the other stuff because, well, you know, kids watch this. Yeah, man, you should go back and watch the Caffrey, Pat Green, Anthony Crownover show for like the last 10 laps. It was they did
yeah, he says pressured him.
Caffrey did a great job of holding them all off. That was a good run.
Yeah, it was really hard to pass. It was really hard to pass. So, I mean, I'm sure Anthony was giving everything he could, but or Pat and them. That it's hard. Like I said, once you got within like 3, 4, 5 tenths of somebody, it was like they just dumped a buttload of air on you, and you just couldn't turn. So, yeah, I'm sure it was exciting. I'll have to go back and take a look at it.
Yeah, man. All right, Brandon. Much love. We'll see you next week.
Yeah.
That is
Right,
Brandon Banks.
appreciate
You too. Brandon Banks coming home in P2 tonight. Last but not least, the man of the hour. I tell you what, you, Pat Green, and Anthony Crownover deserve medals of freedom there. I'm telling you. Congratulations on a P3, Mike. This is a great track for you. Always has been. I know that you had the issue where you were trying to side draft Mike. You just kind of misjudged a little bit. Mike went off your nose. And then you go to the back. You drive yourself up to third throughout green flag pit cycles. You get yourself there. Have little battles, come back, pit stop, come back out, and drive yourself back to third. Had drivers chasing you down. Hold them off. Man, oh, man, what a race you had.
Yeah, it was action-packed, Jason. Great getting me up in the broadcast booth. And hey, first up, I would like to apologise to Strikey. You know, I don't race like that. It's just one of those things. You know, I thought I was holding the line, and I think the guy in front, you know, he veered over a little bit in front of me as well. Like, yeah, it is what it is. Yeah, but I do apologise to Striker. Great race though, but in the end, you know, I came back and I made the race pretty tough for myself, and but got back up the front. So. Yeah, it's just Pat Green and Crownover chased me pretty hard. It was great.
Yeah, when Pat got within, the draft distance, and I was like, he needs to not. He's got a drafting buddy behind him. And he kept chasing you. I was like, there goes the tires. And then I'm trying to coach everybody. I'm like, all right, well, Caffrey needs to keep doing what he's doing. Pat needs to not do that. Anthony just needs to ride. He's got a shot at both of them. I tell you what.
I was trying to use the draft, Jason, as well, like trying to make them work against each other as well. But it was great.
Yeah, I tell you what. Kudos to you guys. I'm glad you guys had a battle. Nate was gone. Brandon, he was gone. Of course, Brandon took 2 tires, and I was. When I looked at the pit lane time on SDK, it didn't say it took 2 tires, but I believe me, it took 2 tires.
Yeah, I came this. Yeah, sorry, I was just going to say, Jason, I came in at the same time. Brendan and we came in a lap after Pat Green and Nate, and I thought they would definitely get the jump, but yeah, Brendan, he was out well quicker than me, so yeah, he said he grabbed those 2 tires and seemed to work out all right. He was out of the pits well before me and well up the road before and gave him a chance at. Gave him a crack at Nate, being in his draft. I just couldn't get up there, and that resulted in me, Pat, and Crownover having a fantastic battle just behind.
I'll watch a race for third like a race for a win, and that's what we did tonight. So you guys got a show. Man, chat got a show, and all the iRacing fans got a show out there. I tell you what, you guys are. What is it about this track you like so much? This track, Indianapolis. I mean, I know the flatter tracks are kind of like your thing. I mean, you like Martinsville too.
I do. I do love the short tracks. They are definitely a favourite, but I like it that it is high speed. You know, it's, like your Dega or Daytona, but it brings that tyre wear into it. And that's why it's called the tricky triangle, I suppose. But because you have to look after those tyres as well. But yeah, I do love this track, and probably not quite as much as Nate. He was just too good for us tonight. So congrats to Nate and thanks for that P2.
Yeah, he was like, I told him, I was like, you had a lot of luck go your way. You missed both cautions. I was able to restart 11th after everybody pitted, and then you guys run green to the stage, and then, but you guys, I don't know, 90 laps is a lot of laps around this track. It's only 3 corners, but man, are they big corners.
I was working super hard the whole time. I didn't make it easy for myself. I was hoping to settle in there at the front. And, to be honest, I probably should have just ducked in behind Striker when they got that outside run. I should have just pulled in behind those guys there and settled in. That was my sort of strategy, to just chill out and just get to that first stage and set myself up for that final stage. But yeah, I just made it so much harder for myself. And again, sorry, Striker.
It happens. He'll forgive you. I promise he'll forgive you. And if he doesn't, well, then I'm wrong and I'm sorry. And, it's racing. There's always next week. I mean, you're going to New Atlanta next week. This is no big deal. Next week, that's a whole different ball of wax.
Yeah, no, I agree. It'll be interesting. Never had too much luck at it. New Atlanta, so I'll just be hanging in there by the skin of my teeth and just trying to avoid anything.
You got to get to the point where you're braking. If you can stop on a dime, you can stop on that racetrack. That's few and far between. It's such a small super speedway. It's so small. 187 miles an hour on that racetrack. It's so small.
Yeah, it'll be interesting. And what's after that? What's after Atlanta? There's
something cool. Pretty sure it's something cool. Hold on. I was looking at the standings just a moment ago. Hold on, I'll tell you. It is Bristol. So we'll have fun there. You got it. Man, you got two. Yeah, this is literally came in like a wrecking ball twice. Is anything can happen at both of those tracks. Bristol's fun.
I call it the House of Pain. Yeah, we'll see how we go. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see.
And then Phoenix.
Have you got everything sorted for Christmas, Jason?
Do I have everything sorted? No.
Yeah.
We do not. Far from it, sir. Father Christmas is not ready for this house yet.
No. Yeah. Well, we're pretty much done here. The wife and I. So yeah, we're just counting down the days now and just looking forward to enjoying some time.
Good Lord, we got 14 days or 12 days. 12 days.
Not long at all.
Good boogly woogly, sir.
I don't like to battle the crowds, Jason, so I like to get it done early.
Yeah, I got more. We've got a lot of kids. Yeah. And we've been going through treatment, so things are a little tight this year. And I'm gonna tell you this much. Thank God a lot of our kids are grown because they're getting pots and pans. They might be used from underneath my cabinet.
Like it. Mate, that's practical and useful. Like, they'd be able to use them, that'd be great. I don't mind doing a bit of cooking myself, Jason.
I do. Yeah. Before I started actually using my degree, I was a chef. So I have good cooking. They might actually be happy with that. Never mind. No, we're good. Oh man. Oh, all right, Mike, brother, give you shout outs. P3 finished tonight. Fantastic night for you. And I look forward to seeing what happens next week.
Hey, thank you very much for the interview up in the booth, Jason. Obviously yourself, I'd like to thank first. Obviously we can't get it out there without Signature eSports. without the broadcast. I'd like to apologise again to Striker. Yeah, sorry about that, mate. Primary, the Chopp'N podcast and media, the Pole Award Stay Tuned Sports podcast, admin box. Shout out for Nate Biggett for the W, Brendan Banks for the P2, and man, Pat Green and Anthony Crownover, they were like on my tail. So great driving. And last but not least, Phil and Dave Steiner, Dominate Racing team, just a shout out for those guys. Dave, he qualified well, not too sure what happened to him there, and Phil was just starting to get his eye in towards the end of that race. But we'll be back for the next one, Jason. Thank you very much, and look after yourself, Jason.
Always. Yeah, Dave, top 10. He finished 9th. I mean, he had a rocky start, but I think he had a rocky start because everything that was happening around him with just a weird segment of things. But he was close, and he had a good pit stop, so he should be proud.
Yeah, thank you very much, Jason. We do appreciate it. We love watching the broadcast, so thanks very much for all your hard work.
You too. Tell your brother said hi.
Yes, sir. Thank you very much. And he said to say g'day as well. He actually told me to tell you to say that.
All right. Well, Philip needs to, push all these guys out of the way. Okay.
Yeah, no, that's right. Thanks, Jason.
You too, brother. That is Michael Caffrey. He's my brother from another, country. Coming home in P3 tonight, and I love Caffrey. I love the Caffrey fam. Love David. David's good people too. They all deserve to get out there and enjoy themselves. And one day we're gonna go over to Perth and we're gonna meet all of them. All of them. We're gonna go to the local spots where the tourists don't go. We're going to go see some racing one day. But that'll be after it's all said and done. I've made great friends doing all this, folks. I've had good relationships. I've had bad relationships. But I've met some lifelong people out here that are just good people. And some hell of racers across all the platforms that we've been able to broadcast for, whether it was our own or anybody else's. We've made mistakes over the course of this career, and we've made successes as well. These drivers are phenomenal, every single one of them. From anybody who gets behind a sim rig and puts the time in to get out here and race, not just for our entertainment, but for your entertainment, but also for their competitive nature. They're all out there trying to be the fastest. And they're all enjoying it for the most part. So hats off to you all. This has been an honor and a privilege to be able to do this for as long as I have. And I sit back and I always put into perspective that without any of these drivers, I would not. In the first instance of somebody asking to have me broadcast a league, I would never have been able to do this. And my first broadcast was terrible. But it was good enough that people wanted me to continue to do it. And I got better and I got better. I'm not the best out there, but I am the one that will go to bat for it. And I'll go to bat for iRacing. I want to see more out of them, but I also want to see more done when it comes to league racing, because league racing puts on better racing than sometimes the Coca-Cola series. So kind of the way I look at it. But outside of that, I appreciate everybody. Thank you to everybody that tuned into the broadcast. Thank you to everybody that's out there. We'll see you guys tomorrow during the day for a little stream. We also have the Chopp'N It Up Xfinity series starting season 3 tomorrow night. It's going to be at Daytona, so we're going to have some super speedway stuff. I may not like Atlanta, but New Echo Park Speedway. I may not like it to drive it or to watch it, but I like calling it. It is a good race to call because you get all the extra, right? The short pace laps, you get back to racing when there's cautions, so you get back to it pretty quick. If it gets spread out, it's side by side. You can, like super speedways, when you feel the tension in the race building, you can see it faster in this race at Atlanta than you can anywhere else. So let me compliment the racetrack before I completely diss it. I don't like driving it. I think there's a lot of changes that I wish that track had I miss it being the traditional mile and a half, but I understand why they did it. They wanted to change it up and do something different. I'm all for change in NASCAR. I'm all for making things more entertaining for the drivers, as long as it transfers over to the simulator, where these drivers can feel and look like they're doing the same thing that these drivers get paid millions of dollars to do. I'm good with it. Let's have it. You know what I mean? So, outside of that, it's been an incredible race. I thank you to all the chats. Thank you to everybody out there. Sorry that we got a little bit of a hiatus there earlier. Also, you know, if you're out there watching on YouTube, if you type in caps too many times, you will get banned. Not from me, from the bot. The bot doesn't like it. That's why I said, hey, stop yelling at me. Not call anybody out. Okay, I'm calling out. Case Bear, stop typing in all caps. It's gonna have an issue. Botrix is gonna have an issue and ban you. And I don't want that. You know. I like Case Beer. Glad to see. Oh, Michael Madden did get the stage win, by the way. He just had that right. I tell you what, man, he could have been up there as well, making a difference on that race line. But I tell you what, that dirty air, it'll do things to you on restarts. Man, I don't know. Life is happening. Life happens. Outside of that, thank you to John Hammond. Thank you to Michael Strickland. Those are the guys that hired me to do this. And they've had me do this for 4 years for the Chop Shop fam. So it's been an honor and a privilege to be able to do so. And I'm going to continue to go as long as the leagues want me to be here for this next year. After that, we'll see what happens with our countdown timer. We'll see what happens there. I will always finish out commitments with leagues. That's businessman through and through. But outside of that, Derek, tell the 39 to take a sweatshirt off the next time before you start the race. Good Lord, sir. Is that what happened? Congrats on a P8, brother. You rebounded so well. Nice job, by the way. Good old. I will. You know what? I'm gonna make sure that I'm gonna put that in my notes. I'm gonna write it down right now for Penguin. So I'm gonna tell Penguin to make sure that Derek at New Atlanta takes the dang sweatshirt off before he starts racing, because that might actually cause a bigger wreck than what happened today. Yep. Wreck taking it off, brother. I tell you what. Oh, that's okay. It happens. Good rebound, brother. Good rebound. Good stuff. So yeah, we'll see what that timer does. Yeah, so the timer will be the end timer of when I stop taking on leagues, when I stop taking on other projects. It'll be the end timer of me calling races. Once that timer goes away, that timer will be the timer that determines how long Signature Esports is going to be around. So, I'm choosing to let the community keep us going, or do the thing. Leagues will have me call races. I've got there's every week I have to play with the schedule to either accommodate or not be able to accommodate leagues, because there's fewer of me than there are leagues, and that is where we're at. So we're trying to make sure we build partnerships as well, so that way people who need race commentators, we're trying to get ourselves back into the market where we're sending people other places. There are people that I hear of, or P1. I'm going to start sending people over to P1 if they've got availability, because they called the race that was my benefit race, and they did a decent job. There's some stuttering and stuff like that, but they did a decent job. I get frame issues every once in a while too. So, things happen. So we want to make sure that we continue to have iRacing live on. But as long as the leagues are having me, we're going to continue to go. I mean, I have Sim 500 all the way through next year, so you're going to hear iRacing broadcast at least until November of 2026. So, just depends on if I have any more after that. Will depend on the community. So, countdown is ticking, and so is the countdown of life, folks. So always remember that. Nate gets the win. This has been a great series. I love Chop Shop. They're an amazing group of people. Make sure you check them out on their Discord. Join our Discord if you so choose to. And then, of course, and always, we appreciate you as all. Just do your thing, folks. Continue to do your thing. I say it and I mean it, and I say what I mean and I mean what I say. Be good, be safe, be kind, whatever. It's the most important factor of life. We'll see you soon. Bye.